Hey, I'm Kev and welcome to another challenge, Battle of the Exes 2 recaps, and we're in episode 9 and we are left in a cliffhangers. And sorry if I look like crap, it's just that I've been sick all week and it's very early in the morning. I want to do this because I have time. Anyways, so we are left in a cliffhanger, and this cliffhanger is that Naya and Nani are like going at it, and it looks like they're gonna get physical, but they don't get physical. And Naya still keeps on going with her bickering and her hurricane. So, anyways, Naya wants to break everybody mentally down, and she doesn't give a crap what time it is, if it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. She's gonna argue and be petty with everybody because she wants to hurt everyone mentally, and I think that is one of the greatest ideas. But when we saw it with Frank, it was like we hated him. Anyways, so to this point, Leroy is kind of worried because he says that he has to work with Naya, and she's just a ticking time bomb, and she needs to, calm down. And he is her partner, so he needs to be working with her. So it's funny how he says that he always has to get his hands dirty, that he's used to it because he's a garbage man. And I'm serious that I totally forgot that he was actually a garbage man. We get some room talk with everybody in the house except Naya and Leroy, and they're just talking about strategy. And Sarah's like, "Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I did it because I want to get to a final, and that's my best way to get to the final." And Johnny's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, um, I want somebody in the final that I can beat because I can win and this and that. And Johnny's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," agreeing with everything that Sarah's saying. So, anyways, in a dome we have Brawl Hall, and it is TJ's favorite, and of course is one of our favorites. But I do have to mention that they are recycling a lot of elimination rounds. But I like how they make it a twist because I thought it was going to be guys versus girls, but it is not guys versus girls. Basically, they're gonna be there's a narrow hall, and they're gonna be going to one end from the other, and at the same time, so they're gonna crash, but they're not gonna ring a bell. They're gonna touch their partners, and now their partners are gonna go through running, and the girls are the ones who are gonna be ringing the bell. So at this point, I'm feeling really, really bad and sad for Wes because he is not in the shape that he was back in the day. But look at Leroy and look at Wes. So I'm really scared for him, and at this point, I don't know who to root for because I really was rooting for these two to go to the finals, and I was so excited to finally get to see Teresa in a final, and probably that she could win the final with Wes. And I really want to see Leroy in another final because we haven't seen him in a final since Rivals? Yeah, since Rivals. And of course, I want to see Naya in the final because I wanted to see how she performs. So they go first, and the first try, and it seems that Wes has a clear strategy that he's not gonna bump right into him, that he's gonna go for his feet. But I don't know if he actually wanted to do that or he fell down. But it he like laid on the floor, and I don't know if that was the best strategy. And um he kind of got hit by Leroy in a bad way. So this gave Naya a really good start to run, and she got through the hall, like almost through the hall, and then Teresa came. But Teresa is tall, but she's not as tall as Naya. So this girl like goes like this and like pushes Teresa's face, and Teresa has no chance, and Teresa is still fighting though, and they ring the bell. And then we have West like literally thrown there in the dome, and he does, and then the medics come, and then in the background you have you have Jordan and Nani and Banana saying, "Oh, karma, all this, all that," and I was like, "Are you serious? Like, they have no fucking heart. Like, this is an injury. Like, I don't give a crap if I hate you, but I don't want you to get fucking hurt. Like, this is your fucking life." And Nani is laughing, and she's still saying, "Am I a bad person if this is making me happy?" I lost so much respect for Nani. Not even Bananas. I mean, he was kind of like saying the karma thing, but he wasn't laughing. And when he finally got up, he was like, "At it, Wes, at it, good boy." Like, it seemed like he at least had heart. This is a person's life. Like, I just cannot. No, I mean, that's not me. So, he asked. Teacher asked Wes if he wants to continue because it seems like everything's hurting, and he says, "I don't want, I'm gonna ask my partner." And then he goes and talks to Teresa, and he says, "I have a strategy. Are you gonna be able to do it?" And she's like, "Okay, well, let's do it." And that's when the strategy comes. So then, the strategy is basically to lay down again and grab Leroy's leg, but it doesn't work. But it seems like they get to their partners at the same time, and now the Naya and Teresa crash, and it's a different story. Now Teresa gave a hella good fight, and I'm very proud of her. But still, Naya gets to the belt first, even though they were really, really close. And that's how Wes and Teresa lose and are eliminated. And at this point, I am very sad because I really wanted them to go back and to like really rub it on Nani and Banana's faces, but that's the way it is. And I really, really felt so bad for Teresa because, like, she's never been to a final. She's never gotten far. She's always the one that gets the bad partner, just like Sarah. She's done like 6 of these challenges, and she never has any luck. She's not good at politicking, and the only challenge that she's doing good at, she gets fucked over by the comeback kids. And I just think that it was so unfair for her, and I felt really bad because I feel like even though I did not enjoy Teresa in her first challenges, that Free Agents on this one, I really enjoyed her, and that I really think that everybody deserves to be in a final. That's the last thing we see from Wes and Teresa, and they're gone. And at this point, we get back to the house, and Naya is apologizing to everybody, and she starts with Sarah, and Sarah gives her a like why I did it, because you've done 2 challenges, I've done 8, this is my 8th one, so I wanna win, and I wanna get that step further, and I wanna win finally, like I already said. So she apologizes to everybody, but Jordan said that he knows that this is like the thing she does. She apologizes, and then she goes and does the same thing over again. So now we are in the last challenge, and we are making challenge history because this is the night challenge, and it is called "Don't Let Me Down." So basically, they went to Panama City, and in Panama City, they're in a huge hotel, really, really tall hotel, high hotel, and basically they are going to be crawling down or hanging down from rope to rope to the bottom to the middle of this what's it called, of this hotel, and whoever wins is actually like going straight to final, and whoever loses was going to the dome. Nia and Leroy go first with Jay and Jenna, and it seems like they're both doing good, and it seems like Nia is actually doing pretty good too because she's really afraid of heights. So Nia falls in the second row, but Leroy keeps going and he touches the bell. And I'm really impressed with Jenna. They make it to the like to the end of the second rope or to the middle of the third rope, but they did so good, and I'm like really proud of Jenna. So now the point why Sarah and Jordan put them first because they wanted to watch um what they were doing, but it seems like they're not going to be able to watch and they're just gonna be able to hear. And I gotta add that another point to this is that it is fucking raining. Ropes, heights, dangling down from a fucking like hotel from like it's just like, are you serious? Like I would have been fucking shitting my pants because this type of challenges and rain are not a good idea. Anyways, so now it is time for Nani and Bananas and Sarah and Jordan to go. And Sarah and Jordan seem like pretty good, even though that Jordan it doesn't have a hand, and he's doing pretty good, and Sarah's doing pretty awesome too, and they're very excited to do this. And Bananas and Nani are not doing so good because of Nani, and they get stuck. Nani gets stuck in the second rope, and um, Bananas is going to the third row, but he has to wait for Nani. So he is waiting for her, but he cannot wait anymore. And then um, Sarah lets go, but they're like in the end of the third rope, and then finally Jordan lets go. So then it's on Nani, and she has to make it down, but she doesn't make it down, and she falls, and it's over for them. And it is time to see who did the best and who did the worst. So the worst were Bananas and Nani and Nia and Leroy. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god, I hope it's Bananas and Nani. I hope it's Bananas and Nani. And it is Nia and Leroy. So, anyways, Leroy seems really confused and upset, and he doesn't know why he's in last place. But then TJ explains. And the winners for this challenge were either gonna be Jay and Jenna and Sarah and Jordan. And at this point, I really thought that it was gonna be Jay and Jenna. I possibly I'm like they fucking won the challenge, but no, it is Sarah and Jordan, and now they get to choose one team to go to the dome, and it's either Jay and Jenna or Bananas and Nani. And at this point, they have to do it in that moment. And of course, I mean, they kind of stay quiet for a bit, and then Sarah tells something to Jordan, and Jordan is like, no. And then Banana's face is like, like he's seen the ghost. I'm like, karma, 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 karma. So, anyways, Sarah's like, yes. And then Jordan's like, no. And Sarah's like, yes. And I'm like, I'm over Jordan. Like, if you wanna win, you gotta do it. Like, I was so happy. I was smiling. I was just jumping on my seat when Sarah was saying yes and she was saying no. And then finally, teacher's like, you have to give me a name, a team now. And then Sarah's like, I'm sorry, but I have to do this because I need to win a challenge and I need to get further in this game. So it's gonna be Bananas and Johnny and Ani, and I'm like, what? I like, yes, we're gonna have a rematch. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And at this point, Bananas is like giving Sarah a look and saying, are you serious, Sarah? At this point, are you serious? Which is confusing me because in the beginning of the show of the episode, they were talking in the room, and Sarah's like, I'm doing moves to better my chances of me winning. If I know that this team could beat me at the end, or why would I have them with me at the end? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And Johnny was like, yeah. So now that it's applied to him, he doesn't like it, and I'm very excited. And Karma is a bitch, and well, I don't know. I was about to say that I know that Leroy and Nia were gonna win, but then I kind of changed my thing because I thought, no, I mean, Johnny has a lot of experience and Leroy has not have that much experience like John. So, anyways, the next episode seems like it's gonna be a good ass episode, and I can't wait. And they're going to Norway. They're going back to Europe since Prague, since Cutthroat, since 2009. So I just really hope. I was a little bit confused as well because we had like a mountainy cold challenge, final last challenge, and I thought this one could be like something different. I don't know, maybe in a city. I don't know, maybe in Asia. They haven't gone to China. I want to see a challenge in China. But anyways, we'll have to wait for next episode because it's gonna be really good. So thanks for watching. See you later, alligators, and bye bye.